How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Live2D tutorial. Today I'm going to go over how to put Live2D on your phone. So first I'm going to go to a web page that I'm going to put a link in the description for. If you don't trust that link, you could always just go to the Live2D website, go to manuals, and then under user tutorials you should find Introduction to App Production, and it'll say making a live wallpaper for Android. You can click that and you'll get to the same page. So for step one is all the downloads that you need to make this work. So what you want to get is make sure you have Java. Make sure you download it for the right Windows system that you have. After you're done installing Java, you want to install Android Studio. It says install Eclipse, but it's not Eclipse anymore. Android Studio is basically the same thing. It's got everything that you need in it to make this work. So if you click on this link, you'll be taken to a page, the Android Studio download page, and you could download it from here. I did have problems trying to download it on Firefox. A lot of people also had the same issues with that. The only way I got mine to download was to use Microsoft Edge on Windows 10. So I'm assuming if you have Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer or whatever native internet browser that is on your computer right now, I suggest using that. It is a pretty big download. It's a 1 gigabyte download. So depending on your internet speed, it could take a while. There was also people saying that pausing and resuming the download also helped get it to fully download 100%. So after that, you also want to download the Android SDK. Where you can find that is if you go to the Live2D homepage, and then you just click on Downloads, and then here's some Cubism SDK. Just click on that link. It'll take you to a link, and on SDK downloads, you'll see Android 2.0, and that's the one you want to download. Just download the latest version, and then after you have all three of those, the Java, the Android Studio, and the Android 2.0 SDK from Live2D, you're pretty much all set and ready to go. So after you got everything downloaded and installed, the Java and the Android Studio, let's go ahead and extract our folder. Alright, and you can see it's got the README sample work and framework and everything. So what we're going to do is let's go ahead and open up Android Studio. So now that Android Studio is opened up, you should see this window right here. We're going to click on Import Project, and then we're going to click on our Live2D SDK that we got from Live2D. Click OK. And then we're just gonna create project from existing sources, and then click next. This is just saying I already made a project file. I'm just gonna go ahead and override it. And then it's just showing all your scripts that are in the file that you want to add into Android Studio. I'm just gonna leave them all checked, and libraries and things like that. You just hit next for all of these. Then once I click finish, everything's all set up for me. So let's go to Live Wallpaper, and then let's go to the first Live2D sample, jp.live2d.sample, and then I'm going to click on Live2D renderer. I'm going to double click it, and then as you can see, it's got all the script written out for the sample Live2D model that's already on there. Since everything's already set up, we can go ahead and load up this sample model onto our phone. So to do that, I'm going to go to this drop down menu up here. I'm going to click it and click Edit Configurations. So I'm going to go ahead and add the script that I want to run for Live2D Wallpaper. Click this plus button right here, click Android Application, and I'm going to go ahead and select the Live Wallpaper module. And then I'm going to just leave this as the default APK. And then for launch options, I'm going to put nothing. So nothing is going to launch since it's just the wallpaper. And let's go ahead and name it Live2D Wallpaper. And I'm going to click apply and then click OK. And then as you can see, I got Live Wallpaper all ready to run. So what we need to do is set up our phones to have developer options. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to connect our phone to Android Studio. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so here's my phone. Now, to unlock the developer options for this, I'm just going to go to the settings. So I'm just going to scroll this down. Scroll that down, and I'm going to hit the settings button. And then I'm going to go to, let's scroll all the way down to about. Then I'll go to phone, or not phone, then I'll go to software information. And then I'm going to click more. And then here, you'll see there's a build number. What you want to do to unlock the developer options for this phone is you want to just keep pressing the build number until it says you're a developer. So here you can see as I'm tapping it, it says no need, you're already a developer, so I don't need to do it. After doing this, you'll have unlocked the developer options on your phone, and then that's pretty much it, all you need to do. So I got my phone hooked up to my computer now. I'm going to go ahead and click this play button right here. And it's going to ask me select deployment target. So I got my phone right here, but I'm not going to click on that yet. Before you want to run any scripts on your phone, you want to open it up in an emulator first just to make sure it works. So I'm going to show you how to create an emulator real quick. Just go ahead and click this button, create new emulator. And I just use Nexus F5X. That's just a default selection for it. And then I'm just going to click next. And then it's asking me what software build that you want to use with it. And I'm just going to leave it Marshmallow. That's Android 6.0. That's the most current one at the time of this video. I'm going to click next. And I'm going to click finish. I don't really need to mess with any of these. And then as you can see, it popped up on my list of available emulators. So since it's already selected, I'm going to click OK. So now that I got my emulated phone started up, I'm going to go to the menu, go to the settings, and then find my Live2D wallpaper that I want to set up. There we go. In my Live2D wallpaper, you'll see this character. This is just the sample character that's in that Live2D SDK folder. I'm going to click Set Wallpaper. I'm going to click the Home button. And then you'll see that it's all set up. Which doesn't really do anything except kind of just have physics and look around and things like that. So let's go ahead and run this on my actual phone, and let's see what this looks like. Okay, so I got my phone running. I'm going to go ahead and go to my settings. Try to turn this so you guys can see it right side up. I didn't even think about it when I was doing it earlier. I'm just going to go to, where is personalize, change wallpaper, live wallpaper, then Live2D wallpaper, and then there it is. I'm going to click apply. Then as you can see, got my character all set up. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back to my default wallpaper because right now we're going to change the character into our own character, so I don't want the phone to get confused once we change it. So to change the character that we want to display on our phone, We're just going to use a lot of what's already in the SDK, just so we don't have to write everything out. So I'm going to go to my Live2D Cubism. So now that I got my model all opened up, I'm going to go ahead and export the files that I'm going to need to run this Live2D on the wallpaper. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go to the Live2D SDK folder. And then in this folder, I'm going to click on Sample, Live Wallpaper, Assets, and then you can see here where it's got a folder named Epsilon. That's the name of the sample character that's we put on our phone earlier. So I'm going to create a new folder. And for now, I'm just going to give this character's name as Tama. So in this folder, we're going to put Tama's files, and we're going to go ahead and run it. So I'm going to go to File, Export.moc file, click OK, and then let's go find our SDK again, wherever it is. There it is. Then I'm going to go to Sample, Live Wallpaper, Assets, Tama, and then I'm going to save this as tama.moc. So now we got all the files necessary we need to run this Live2D character. So I'm going to go ahead and X out this window, X out this window. So here where we clicked on Live2D renderer, and I was highlighting this earlier, this is basically the script we're going to change so that it runs our Live2D model instead of the other one. So here at model_path, all we're going to do is just change the name of the file we want to run. So it's got the folder name here, and then the name of the file. So I'm just going to change these two to Tama. Change that one to Tama. And then we also want to change our textures. So Epsilon's got 3 textures, but we only have 1. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these 2 lines because I'm not going to need them. And then I'm going to change the name to Tama, and then change Epsilon to Tama. Now, I'm going to change 1024 to 2048 because that is my texture size. So you want to make sure that your file name is exactly the same. Otherwise, it's not going to run properly. All right, so that's pretty much all I have to do. What's going to happen is it's going to load up what my character looks like, but it's going to use the motions that Epsilon was using for my character, since that's what it's got set on here for motion path and physics path. So let's go ahead and run it on our emulator to make sure it works. On Nexus 5X API 23, click OK. So it's got the old wallpaper on there, and it quickly changed itself now that we got our other model loaded. As you can see, it's got the same movements, it's got the same idle movements. I didn't make these idle movements, that's just from Epsilon's model. As far as size go, this is the size of my model, so that's how it shows up on my phone. If you look at Epsilon's texture folders, where she's got 3 of them, as you can see, Epsilon's parts for her body is a lot bigger than mine, to the point where she needs 3 texture files to get it all. So I'm thinking it's a size, the size difference is what makes how different it's going to show up on your phone. So since that's working on the emulator, let's go ahead and put it on the phone, the actual phone. Okay, so let's go to settings, personalize, wallpaper, live wallpaper. Then we'll click on Live2D. And then you can see it's got my own character on there. I click apply. And there you go. Got my own character on my phone. Okay, so that's how you put your own Live2D model into an interactive wallpaper on your phone. I hope this helped anybody who wanted to do that. There's also an application you could run from the SDK folder, and all it is just an application with sample Live2D models that you can mess around with. All you have to do is, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that real quick. Just go to this drop down here, click Edit Configurations. Let's add another Android application, and we're going to select Sample App 1. Just leave default APK. We're going to go ahead and name this as Sample Live2D App. Click Apply and click OK. And then let's go ahead and run this module. And I'm just going to run it on my emulator. And when this starts up, the app should open up by itself. Alright, so the app went ahead and loaded up, and this is exactly what you'd see on your phone. You can just mess around with these sample models. They make little interactions depending on where you tap on their hitboxes, because they do have hitboxes that you could set up from, I'm guessing, a Live2D viewer. So yeah, and then hitting this little cog here will change the models, and they all have their different little sayings that they could say. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope this video helped anybody, and if you guys have any questions, put in the comments below. So yeah, that's how you put Live2D on your phone. I hope this helped anybody and wasn't too confusing, and I'll see you guys in the next video.